How does the body work? What can go wrong with the body? For each person, it's a whole new story.
His quest was to learn and help people from what he learned.
Once you have your eyes read, you get to science. I mean, it's shocking.
The vet can determine a lot about a horse by looking in its mouth. Its age, health, whether it's eating or drinking enough. But did you know that you have a diagnostic tool that you carry around with you every day? It's your eyes, or more specifically, the iris. Welcome to the world of iridology. The eye is one of the most intricately structured organs in the human body. But the detailed mechanisms that make up the eye have a very straightforward purpose: collecting sensory information that your brain then processes as sight. The individual components of the eye work in a manner very similar to a camera. Iridologists believe that the eyes provide a sort of genetic blueprint for determining a person's inherent strengths or weaknesses.
80% of what we see when we look at an eye, when we're doing an iris analysis, 80% tells us about your genetics. Where are your inherited weaknesses? Where are your inherited strengths?
Indications of iris examination as a field of study continue to show up throughout history's timeline.
We've seen information about iris study on old runes back in the 1600s.
Runes are characters that make up an alphabet utilized by ancient Germanic tribes. Evidence of their past use has been found throughout Northern Europe, Scandinavia, the British Isles, and Iceland. For centuries, the study of iris markings and their meanings were mainly documented by medical practitioners. Upon earning his medical certification, Ignaz von Pexley had ample opportunity to study the appearance of a patient's iris before and after surgery. The information he recorded while performing innumerable autopsies was instrumental in creating his eye chart, which was published in 1880. He continued to be fascinated by the irises of many injured patients in the surgical ward. While treating a patient with a broken leg, von Pexley noticed markings or streaks in the patient's eyes and recalled his incident with the owl. He became certain that the iris mirrored tissue changes and the effects of the illness and or injuries upon the different bodily organs. Jensen began to travel extensively in search of more knowledge and information. His search took him all over the United States and to 65 countries around the world. He observed the lifestyles and eating habits of various people, and each place he visited provided different health secrets.
You know, I think maybe as he opened one door, another door would open for him. So maybe somebody that he had seen in New Zealand told him about somebody in Russia, and Hansa, or wherever it is, and that's where he would go.
He was very interested in longevity and what would help people live long, healthy lives. And so he had researchers all around the world going and bringing stories from people like from Russia. We had letters come in with birth certificates from people that were 140, 150 years old.
Throughout his decades of medical practice, Dr. Jensen guided over 350,000 patients down the path to better health. Some of his well-known clients have included silver screen actor John Barrymore Jr. and the captain of television's Love Boat, Gavin MacLeod. Today, iridology has reached a whole new generation of performers, including three-time Grammy nominee singer-songwriter Jewel.
I've known her for about 15 years and worked with her with healing and bringing her health, bringing her up to a good strength.
I had never heard of iridology before I met Ellen. I was wanting to believe in iridology because it's a great idea that you don't have to cut yourself open to be able to see the health of an organ, but I was pretty skeptical. When she told me about it, it sounded like palm reading, you know, it sounded a bit dodgy.
I work with them with breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and talking with them about exactly what foods will help to strengthen those areas that are deficient.
Initially, when I started working with Ellen, a lot of it was simply education. You know, we really are not taught about what we eat and how that affects our body.
When she first went on the road with singing, she had to learn about how to eat healthfully to support herself and to support her body so she would be really, really strong.
Once she does it, you know, once you have your eyes red, it's a science. I mean, it's shocking. I didn't even tell her I had sick kidneys.
We did a lot of work with using juniper berry tea and cleansing and eating lots of vegetables, and it really helped her to heal her kidneys.
I always had been told that we don't know what's wrong with you, we don't know why your kidneys, nothing's showing up, your kidneys should be fine, you shouldn't be getting these infections. Whereas with Ellen, it sort of looked like the whole body, it was all playing into each other, and it was like, we can do something about this. So it felt like something I could build on instead of just being told there was nothing I could do.